Hello everyone, it is Josh here, and sorry I haven't done a video in so long. It's been like a week and a bit. There was an incident where I couldn't really do anything, and then I got a new microphone and FIFA, so I've been playing FIFA, and I'm currently using my new microphone for the audio just to see what it's like. Oh, my camera angle is horrible, I'm sorry, I'm a little to one side. But on the screen it might not be, but for me, like when I'm looking at my camera, I don't know if it's because my camera's tipping slightly or I'm tipped slightly because my chair's uneven because I need a new chair. Or I don't know what's going on. But today's video is about this hurricane that we were supposed to have and totally didn't. I don't know, it was like I didn't know anything about it until like a day or so before it was going to hit because I'd just finished work and I was in a shop somewhere reading a newspaper, and it said Met Office warns of severe weather warnings. I'm like, well, yeah, it's probably just going to rain. Everyone panics when it rains. And it said hurricanes are going to hit. Don't travel unless you really need to, or you're going to end up in the Oz. And I was like, well, okay, that's quite scary because we never really have hurricanes. We kind of have like the back end of a hurricane. It's just like, oh, England, oh, I'll get you. And then like some other country like France or something just gets like destroyed. But they're totally fine with that. We're not so much fine with that because we never really get hurricanes. And then like watching on the weather forecast page, you could see like England, and it was just kind of like moving up, and it was great. And then I'm like here where my pinky is, and then like it's moving up. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then it just totally went like this. It's like this is the northeast, and it just went no. And then it just buggered off and hit Norway or something. So sorry to everyone in Norway for the hurricane that we were supposed to take and didn't. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it just went up like the UK and just went, I'm really bored now. There's not many people to kill. Let's go attack some other people. And then it just travelled off that way. And like we got like a few like high winds and like a lot of rain and stuff. But it's the northeast. It's like it's just, well, I live in the countryside, so I always get wind and rain. But it's the northeast. Like the further higher north you go, the more rain and wind you're gonna get, and then you get to Scotland and it's just snow everywhere. It's just like snow. But like it hit like the bottom half of the UK pretty hard, like literally everywhere from, I'd say, like Whitby down was just covered in this hurricane, and it wasn't on the news the next day or anything. It was like all big hype, like, oh, hurricane's gonna come, it's gonna kill you, hide your kids, hide your wife, get in your storm cellars, tie your cows down, make sure your car isn't ending up in someone's house. And hell, even the trampolines stayed where they normally are. Normally trampolines are the first to go. It's just like, oh, a bit of wind, gone. Just lost a trampoline, and someone else has gained when they wake up and go, kids, we've got your trampoline, how great is that? But no, even the trampoline stayed still. And there wasn't anything on the news the next day. I was like, well, it didn't hit us, but it hit down south. They're all going to be crying because, you know, you blow on a person down south and they think it's gale force winds because they get, like, beautiful weather down there. But then again, when it rains down there, it's just, like, rivers everywhere. It's hilarious. But there was none of that. It was just the next day. It was just, like, some news about... I don't even know what it was news about because news isn't really important. Or not to me anyway, but... the hurricane was just forgot about. It hit at like midnight, like travelling up and hitting the bottom of the UK, and then it came past us, well, where I'm living, kind of the Whitby area, at like midnight, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning maybe, and like, you know, it was a bit of wind and stuff, but we're all heavy sleepers and we're all used to the wind, so like no one really gave a crap. Then we woke up and everything's like, well, everything's in the same place, let's put on the news. No news from down south that the Queen's been, you know, just sucked off. There was like none of that. It was just like, well, yeah, we got hit by a hurricane, no one cares. So I think it was just the Met Office being the Met Office yet again. Like, they just like to over-exaggerate the weather because saying it's going to rain like every day in the UK is just like common knowledge. Like, if you watch the news, more people get panicked when the sun comes out than they do when a hurricane hits. It's like when we had that massive heat wave and it was just like hot for like 2 weeks and everyone was just melting, like all the gingers just disappeared. Everyone else from the other foreign countries thought they were home, so then left. They didn't really, but that would be nice. All the old people just started shriveling even more, so they were just like prunes, babies became black. It was hilarious. And then, like, it just went back to raining and stuff, and no one cares. We get hurricane hits, no one cares. So, if you live in the UK, you're going to be more excited for sunshine than you are a hurricane. Hell, we could have an earthquake and no one give a crap. Years ago, like, I don't know, was it 2 years ago or some shit? We had, like, a really small earthquake. No one gave a shit. Like, it was all over Facebook, but everything's exaggerated on Facebook. But we had like a bit of an earthquake, and it cracked like our fireplace, and that was like kind of exciting, because you know something visibly happened. I didn't feel it. I didn't have to hide under a fucking table. But I woke up in the morning, and apparently we'd had an earthquake. So it can't have been that good of an earthquake if we all slept through it. But it was probably like a rocking motion. It probably helped us go to sleep. But yeah, a few people were like, "Oh my god, my house is broken," and it wasn't really. It was just a chimney pot had fallen off or something. But like even earthquakes and hurricanes, no one in the UK cares. But when the sun comes out, everyone just goes mental. Especially with and the snow. It's like one opposite or the other. It's just like loads of sun, loads of snow. We're gonna go mental. Anything in between, like hurricanes, twisters, earthquakes, who cares? But the sun comes out or it starts snowing, brace yourselves, because fucking Facebook becomes a better weather station than the Met Office does. It's hilarious. Thank you for watching. Hope I didn't go on too long. I will be doing another video later this week, maybe, hopefully, like Friday or something. Friday or Sunday, because they're the days I get off. I'm going to try doing them twice a week, hopefully, or maybe even 3 times a week. Hopefully. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned.